1. The Blue Lock Project, Soccer's Battle Royale. In the world of Blue Lock, 300 of Japan's best youth strikers are gathered in a prison-like training facility and told only one will survive. Literally, the Blue Lock Project's founder, the eccentric coach Jinpachi Ego, lays down a brutal rule. Everyone who gets eliminated is barred from ever playing for Japan's national team. It's a wild gamble, 299 careers sacrificed to forge one superstar striker, but all 300 kids sign up, desperate to become the world's best egoist striker. How does elimination work? Blue Lock isn't a normal tryout with drills and scrimmages. Ego immediately turns it into a sudden death game of tag with a soccer ball. Yes, tag. In the Dormitory Test, the entrance exam, the 300 players are split into 25 groups of 12 and thrown into locked rooms the size of a penalty box. They have 136 seconds to play Oni, tag. Whoever is it when time's up gets booted from Blue Lock. The remaining 11 from each group form a team and advance. Why 136 seconds? Ego reveals that on average a player has the ball for about 136 seconds in a full match. So if you can't outplay 11 opponents in that time, you are not qualified to be a striker. It's a twisted logic. Compress a whole match's worth of ball possession into 2 minutes of frantic tag. This bizarre test immediately expels anyone too slow or timid to seize a goal when it counts. In Ego's words, the purpose of this tag game is to expel whoever can't do their job as a striker. Harsh? Absolutely! Just ask poor Ryosuke Kira, eliminated in episode 1 after hesitating for one fatal second. In Blue Lock, hesitation equals elimination.
2 rank, rooms, and lies?
Surviving the tag test, players learn they're now ranked and assigned to teams by their initial skill. The lowest 11 become Team Z, the next are Team Y, and so on up to Team V, the highest in that group. But here Ego pulls a cruel mind game. He tells each group they're in Building 5, implying there are 4 other buildings with better players above them. In reality, all 5 buildings are labeled 5. There are no Building 1 through 4. Ego lied so every player thinks they're at the bottom. This psychological trick instills desperation. Everyone believes they're the underdog who must claw their way up. In Blue Lock, even the ranking system is a head trip. Another quirky rule? Your living conditions depend on your rank. Higher ranked players enjoy better meals and amenities, while the lowest ranks survive on scraps. Remember Team Z eating plain rice and natto while better teams feasted? It happened. In fact, after Team Z's first win, they literally traded their points for a 600-gram steak dinner as a reward. Only in Blue Lock do teenagers celebrate victory by grilling a giant steak in their dorm. The message? Perform well, and you eat well. Fail, and you might go hungry. Talk about motivation. If you love chaos, ego, and football flipped upside down, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite weird Blue Lock rule in the comments. Let's see which one you think is the craziest.
3. Second selection, rivalry battles, and stolen teammates. After the dust settles, around 125 players remain. Now Blue Lock cranks the craziness up a notch with the second selection, a multi-stage gauntlet aptly nicknamed Rivalry Battle. It's nothing like a standard tournament, it's more like a video game ladder with wild rules at each level. Stage 1. Blue Lock Man. Each player enters a pitch alone to face the Blue Lock Man, an AI-controlled holographic goalkeeper. The task? Score 100 goals in 90 minutes. The AI goalie grows harder to beat as you score more goals. It levels up from levels 1 to level maximum. Miss too many and fail to reach 100 goals? You're eliminated on the spot. This stage is a pure test of individual skill, stamina, and adaptation. Basically, a one-man penalty shootout on steroids. Also an excuse for Ego to gather data on everyone's shooting skills. It's a ridiculous ask. 100 goals in one sitting, but the ones who pass truly deserve to move on. Stage 2 and 3. 3 vs 3 battles. Now things get competitive. Players who cleared the shooting test must form teams of 3 for small-sided matches. These 3v3 games are played to 5 goals, and here's the kicker. When a team wins, they get to steal one player from the losing team. The remaining 2 losers have to drop down and find another duo to form a new trio and try again. Essentially, if you lose a 3v3, you risk getting picked by the winners, saving you, while your 2 ex-teammates continue without you. Talk about awkward. If you aren't picked and you have no one left to team up with, you're out. This steal a player rule means the strong get stronger, poaching the best talents from those they defeat. It's a cannibalistic way to weed out weaker players while building dream teams around the strongest. Stage 4, 4 vs 4 battles. The pattern continues. Trios that win and recruit a player become teams of 4, then face off in 4v4 matches to 5 goals. Again, winners choose one player from the losers to join them. Now the first team to assemble 5 players clears the second selection, but in practice, multiple teams of 5 are formed. By the end, we get a handful of 5-man teams, the survivors. Everyone else locked off, eliminated, unless they somehow find a leftover opponent to play again.
The second selection is one big king of the hill ladder where losing doesn't immediately kill your chances as long as someone thinks you're good enough to draft onto their team. It produces some intense drama, friends betraying each other for a spot, rivals teaming up out of necessity, and constantly shifting team rosters, something you'd never see in a real tournament. Imagine in the World Cup if after a match the winning team said, "Good game, we'll be taking your star striker with us to the next round." That's essentially Blue Lock's weird rule here. By the end of these rivalry battles, only 35 players remain, 7 teams of 5 cleared the stage. These will advance to Blue Lock's third and final phase of selection, or so they think. Oh, and one more curveball, while the winners were battling it out, Ego was running a secret side program called Wildcard. Unknown to most, every player who got eliminated earlier was given one last chance in a hidden challenge. Only one wildcard winner gets back into the game, advancing directly to the next phase. This ended up being Rensuke Kunigami. Think of it as a literal wildcard entry to bring back a dark horse. Blue Lock always finds a way to surprise.
4. Third selection, Pro Players and Blue Lock 11. The third selection marks a wild shift in Blue Lock. Instead of eliminating each other, the top 35 players face off against 5 pro players from around the world, legends like Noel Noah. Each Blue Lock squad plays 5v5 matches against these world-class stars, not to win, but to feel the crushing gap in talent. After these humbling games, Ego selects the top 6 players and forms 3 leader pairs, teams A, B, and C. The remaining 29 players then choose which team to join for a final round-robin match series. Each player has only one shot to prove they deserve a place in the upcoming Japan U20 showdown. Bachira, ranked 7th, gets to play twice. This selection phase is part strategy, part ego battle. In the end, Ego forms the Blue Lock 11, based on individual performance, not team results, while others are benched or cut. It's ruthless, but pure Blue Lock. 5. The Japan U20 match, all or nothing. The Japan U20 match is Blue Lock's ultimate gamble. If the Blue Lock 11 loses, the entire project is shut down. But if they win, they replace the national U20 team. It's an outrageous challenge, unknown teenagers taking on Japan's elite. But Ego turns it into a do-or-die battle. Against all odds, Blue Lock triumphs, proving Ego's egoist vision works. As a result, the Japan Football Association hands full control of youth development to Ego. Most stories would end here, but for Blue Lock, this victory is just the beginning of something even crazier.
The Neo-Egoist League, taking on the world. The Neo-Egoist League is Blue Lock's wildest phase yet, an international battlefield disguised as a talent show. Ego gives the 35 surviving players, plus some U20 stars, a choice of 5 countries: England, Spain, Italy, Germany, or France, each led by a world-class striker like Noel Noah or Chris Prince. Players pick their destination based on personal playstyle, forming 5 national-themed squads. They train with top youth clubs, scrimmage under legendary mentors, and compete in fierce round-robin matches. But here's the twist. All of it is streamed live on Blue Lock TV, turning these teens into global stars or flops. After each game, pro clubs worldwide bid real money in a live auction system. Your rank? It's your highest offer. Ego scrapped stats and gave birth to a football stock market. Every pass, goal, or blunder affects your price tag. By the end, only the top 23 will earn a spot on Japan's U20 World Cup team. The rest? Discarded. It's brutal, flashy, and genius. A true egoist system where performance equals value. In Blue Lock, the game doesn't end at the final whistle. It ends when the world decides your worth.
Blue Lock isn't just a training ground. It's a battlefield where only the bold survive. From twisted rules to ego-fueled wars, it redefines what it means to chase greatness. And if this is just the beginning, imagine what's coming next.